Hey guys, my name is Rena Zatello, and basically what I want to focus on today is animal cruelty. So in the United States alone, there's 1,423 cruelty cases on animal abuse. And to break down those percentages, there's 70.1 dog cases, 20.9% cat cases, and 20.1% other animal cases. Now, I know animal abuse, it's definitely like a thing that's out there, but I guess people don't make such a big deal as it really is. So they're honestly it's hard because you're like, animal abuse, what do I do about it? If it's not happening to me, how do I treat it? Well, there are honestly 5 steps you can take if you're in that position. So 1, you can always report animal abuse if you see it. That's an obvious. You shouldn't just let something go unknown. If you see it, you should definitely report it. 2, you should understand the link between animal cruelty and a domestic abuse. There is a difference. They're both not okay, but there is a difference. 3rd, you should teach children to respect animals. And I think this is very important because I think as a parent, children see oh, what is my parent doing? Oh, they're abusing my dog. As a young kid, they're like, maybe that's okay. Maybe it's not a big deal if I do it. But honestly, in reality, it is. Everything follows. Parents have such a huge impact on how a child acts. So that's a big part of it. 4th of all, you should volunteer at animal shelters, which aren't a waste of your time, honestly. I think if you love animals, you'll develop a close relationship to them that you wouldn't think you'd have if you didn't volunteer. And 5th, you should support legislation that promotes kindness to animals. And yes, surprisingly, there is legislation out there that can do that. It's hard because as a person like me, before I did this research, I didn't even know there was such thing. But if you go out there and you get the information, you'll definitely find something that pertains to it. So I conducted 3 interviews for my project, and first was a friend from high school named Zoe Laraway. She volunteered at an animal shelter. It was only supposed to be short term, only for part of her junior year, but she actually started volunteering from the beginning of her junior year and still ongoing to her senior year. And she realized how much those animals needed her, how important it was to them, the close relationship she made with them, which she wouldn't think she would because it is an animal shelter. But her biggest thing that she had to say was adopt as much as you can. Before you go and buy an animal, go to a shelter, check it out. You might find something there that you didn't find at just a regular adoption place. And these animals, the reality is they get euthanized. They get euthanized if you don't adopt them. So it is very important. My second interview was a girl from high school, Sarah Prickett. Her situation was a little different. Not trying to be harsh, but her dad came home one day and I guess he was going through a midlife crisis. This is from what she told me, but he killed her dog. He killed her dog in an act of anger, and I'm sure other stuff was going on in his life, but it was pretty sad. And basically she's kind of advocated for animal abuse. She talks about the signs, how to prevent it, if you see some other family abusing their animal, she just kind of does all that in a sum. And yeah, basically. And my third interview was a girl named Sharon Heaton, and she actually, not a volunteer, but she worked for an animal shelter in Gwinnett County, and she actually adopted, I want to say 3 out of 5 animals that she has right now. That's a lot of animals, but 3 out of 5 animals from that shelter she worked at. And her biggest thing is she just talked about the everyday tasks that she had to do. 1, she had to feed the animals, she had to bathe them, she had to work with them, and most importantly, she had to play with them. Animals, they're not objects. They're not humans, but they have emotions. So of course, she developed very close relationships with them. She played with them, she just made them feel like they were wanted, which a lot of times animals at animal shelters don't feel like they're wanted because, 1, they got abused or starved out or kicked out of their house. And animals have emotions too. They feel worthless in a way, and they're scared. They're scared when they go in this shelter. It's not any better. They're in this cage and they don't know what's going to happen to them next. That's all they ever knew. All they ever knew was a cruelty. And to adopt an animal like that, it's more than just be on yourself, what you're doing. You're doing such a great thing for that animal. You probably couldn't put into words. You just have to experience it. So I want to talk about 5 organizations that actually advocate this. They're very big in the United States. The first one I'm sure everyone knows is the American Society for the American Society for the Prevention of Cruelty of Animals, at ASPCA, and and a lot of people know this because of the commercial with Sarah McLachlan. She has the animals, you know, they look sad, you're sad, you watch it, you honestly probably cry at the commercial because they have the emotional music. But yeah, I mean, everyone is pretty familiar with this one, and that's the one that everyone knows. Second is the Best Friends Animal Society. Third is the Dumb Friends League, which you wouldn't think is an animal, but it is. Then the fourth one is the Humane Society of the U.S., which is a pretty popular one. And the PetSmart charity and the San Diego Humane Society, they do a lot for the prevention of animal abuse, like how to educate people on it, and they even have like things where you can adopt animals from there. And honestly, my goal, like I have like 2 Rottweilers, I have 2 cats. Like I think it's sick how animal abuse is a thing in the world, but I mean the world surprises you in many ways, so I can't really be surprised. But I do want to start an organization at Georgia State, and I'm going to try to start volunteering at animal shelters nearby, but I want to honestly educate kids on like animal abuse and what to do and like how we can help. And like you think as yourself like, oh, I can't make a difference, but to be honest, if like you're persistent and you really want to do something, like you really want to make a difference in this like area, like you can do something with it. You just have to be committed, and we have to have a lot of people to be committed, and I really think overall we could make a difference. That is all I have to say today though. Thank you. I'm Rita Sotelo. Again, have a great night.